All right, everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt. This is the Gaming Corner, and this is going to be part 2 of games I think you should buy from the Xbox 360 store before it closes. These will be just digital games. The game you see me on right now, Soul Calibur 5, I wish I could say buy this one off the store, but they have delisted it. But we are going to start off by talking about some of the games that you should look at picking up. So without further ado, let's get this list started. Alright, so right now you see me, I am inside the game list inside the digital store. I'm going to go into the B list here because there is a game in here I want to talk about first. Now this game that I'm about to go to, alright, so the first game I want to talk about is Bullet Soul Infinite Burst. Now, as you can see, it doesn't say anything about being backward compatible, and neither does the original Bullet Soul. I do not have the original one yet, but I do have the Infinite Burst. The reason why I want to talk about this, if you look at some of these games on this list, like Bulletstorm, Bullet Witch, Bully Scholarship Edition, all of them don't say anything about being backward compatible except for Bully Scholarship Edition. That tells you it's backward compatible. So does Burnout 3 Takedown. Now Burnout 3 Takedown I'm not sure of. I'll have to double check. I think I have the disc version of that one, but that's beside the point for now. But I want to show these two for a reason. Because both Bullet Soul and Bullet Soul Infinite are backward compatible. So, like I said before in my last video, in the first part of this one, Microsoft has gone on saying that they are going to be trying to rework on their backward compatibility. And these two games not showing up as backward compatible, but they are, is rather interesting. I'm also questioning Bullet Witch. So, Bullet Witch, for all of you out there watching, if you watch a lot of other people's videos, this is a game that they recommend. I do not own this yet. This game has gone up in price if you want the physical one. This one is still only $20. This is one I would recommend just because of the price hikes that are happening. But let's go back and talk about Bullet Soul Infinite. I'm going to show a little bit of gameplay here while I talk about it. And like I said in one of my other ones, if you like the arcade shoot 'em ups, or bullet hells as people call them, shumps, whatever you want to call it, both of these, Bullet Soul Infinite and Infinite Burst and Bullet Soul, I think are going to be right up your alley. So even though it is backward compatible, I'm still going to show some gameplay. I'm still going to talk about it a little bit. So let's go over to the gameplay, and I will give you my quick little dirty review of the game. Alright, so here we are inside Bullet Soul Infinite Burst. There's a couple different game modes in here. I decided to go with the Bullet Burst one. And look at those shots on the screen. One thing I love about this game, besides for the visuals being really good, yes, you can make the screen a little bit bigger if you want. But one thing I love is you are already fully powered up, it looks like. I mean, look at that. A lot of these coins, you know, you can feel like Mr. Krabs and start going money, 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 as you collect all those coins in that. But this game is just, it's beautiful. The sound effects are great. The music is great. You know, get a little bit of an enemy here to take on. Yes, bullets do start flying like crazy in this game as you go, as you can see here. But this game, if you are into the, what are called bullet hells, or however you want to phrase it for these games, I still like to call them arcade shooters. If you are into these style games, this one is well worth the money. Like I did say, it does show up on your Xbox Series. It should show up on your Xbox One also. I haven't actually fired mine up to check on that, but it does show up on my Xbox Series X. And actually so does the first one, because when I was looking over backward compatible games on the Xbox store, both of them showed up on there. So definitely worth buying, worth getting. I will try to keep it to games that are not backward compatible at the moment, but this is one that surprised me when it showed up as being backward compatible. So let's go on over to the next game. right, everybody, welcome back from that one. We're going to stay in the B list for a few minutes here of games, and we're going to go to Blade Kitten. So this is a game that I also own on Steam. I have it on here. And once again, just like before, if you take a look at the other games in the list, Blade Storm, BlazBlue CS, I am planning on picking up those games too to see if they are backward compatible. For those of you wondering how I check this stuff, I have my 360 on one screen. I can pull up my Xbox Series X on another, and I can actually check to see which games actually show up. I know Blade Kitten does not show up. This is more of a side-scroller beat-em-up style game. So we'll go on into the gameplay here. I'll talk about this game a little bit, and this is one that I think you should pick up because it's not backward compatible. It is still locked to the 360. You can probably get it on the PS3, which they're probably going to close that store soon too. And you can still get it on Steam, I believe. So let's go into the gameplay on this one, and we'll take a look at this. Alright, so welcome to Blade Kitten. Now, this one, when I was playing it, I don't know what the frame rate is. I mean, I would think it has to be 60 frames per second, but it was driving my eyes a little on the crazy side at first. Don't know why, just kind of weird, but graphically wise, it's definitely kind of cartoony looking. I said it is basically just a side-scroller action platformer style game. It's definitely decent. I'm not going to say it's one of the best I've ever played. This is one that, if you want it on a 360, I do recommend getting it soon before the store closes. I do hope Xbox does like a massive flash sale or something to make this game a bit cheaper to get hold of. But if not, it is one to look at. It is one you can also get on Steam still, I still do believe. I don't think it's been delisted on there yet. And like I said, you could probably also get it on a 360. It's definitely a good game. So far out of the two I've shown, the Bullet Soul and this one, Bullet Soul to me is more worth it. But if you're just looking at trying to get all of the games that you can on the digital store before they close, this is definitely one still to get. Alright, so that's about all I can really say for Blade Kitten. It's definitely kind of neat, kind of anime-ish and that. So I'm not that far in this game because on a scale of 1 to 10 for me for, you know, a game, it sits about a 4, maybe a 5-ish. It's okay, but it's not like something that I feel I have to physically play really hard to beat, if that makes any sense. But alright, let's move on to the next game in the list. Alright, welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, the next game we are going to talk about is in the Need for Speed area. Now, Need for Speed Most Wanted, the one I'm sitting on right now, that one you can actually buy an actual Xbox One edition of it, so you really don't have to worry about that. If you do want the 360 version, you can still buy it. Same with Need for Speed Rivals. The one that is not backward compatible or does not have a Xbox One equivalent game or a PS4 would be Need for Speed Undercover. Alright, so here we are inside Need for Speed Undercover. I don't really know how much I really need to talk about these type of games. These are, you know what you get into when you play these ones usually. I do find that this one is a very decent Need for Speed game. I did like the story in this one pretty good. And as you see, I'm just in the beginning of this one. I actually haven't really even played this one on the 360 yet because I beat the PC version of it. So I bought this one for my son to play originally, but I will get into playing this one because it is a lot of fun. This is one that is not backward compatible. I do feel all the Need for Speed games should be made backward compatible, but that's what I feel. I feel any game you own should be backward compatible so that you can play it wherever. But other than that, we'll move on to the next game, because like I said, if you play Need for Speed, you played one, you kind of know what they're like. This one isn't much different, so let's move on to the next game. Alright, welcome back again. These last two games are going to talk about. One's in the S, one's in the T. These are two games that I really do think you should buy. We're going to start off with the one in the T. This is one that before it disappears from the store, you should really look at getting. I'm surprised this one is still up here. I'm surprised it hasn't been delisted yet. But we're going to go on over to that one right now. Alright, that game is Test Drive Unlimited 2. According to what I can see here, now I do have the downloaded version of it. My downloaded version stopped working for some reason. It became corrupt. So I just said, forget it, and I bought the actual CD. But as far as I can tell, you can still buy this game. So this is one that you definitely want to go check out, see if it's still inside the store. If it is, I would recommend getting this one. Like I said, for me personally, I've already bought it. So I can't do anything. The reason why it says play now is the CD is in here right now. As far as I know, you can still buy this. You can still buy all of the DLC yet. So I do recommend 100% buying this game. This one is really good. So is Test Drive Unlimited. Both of them used to be in here. Test Drive Unlimited is no longer available. It was delisted a while ago. Test Drive 2 Unlimited is still in here. This is one I recommend you go and buy. Check out a little bit of this gameplay footage. I am really early in this game because I'm actually playing 1 right now. I haven't even started 2 fully, but check out a little bit of gameplay here. And this is one heck of a great open world racer. Check it out. So I'm not going to talk too much on this game. I think, you know, it kind of shows for itself here. Like I said, I am really early in the game. This is actually just the opening. Kind of little tutorial of hit this button to do this, hit this button, but as you can see, graphics are downright beautiful. The game, from just this little bit that I played, I actually made it all the way through here to where I get my first car and that. And it is really, really good. So I'm gonna let this one just sit at this point right here. This is one, like I said, I do recommend getting if it's still in the store before they delist this thing. Definitely go and get this one. Alright, welcome back from the Test Drive Unlimited 2. I'm thinking by looking at the screen you can kind of guess what I'm going to be looking at. It is not the one I'm sitting on. Sonic All-Star Racing Transform is backward compatible. If you do not own this one though, I do recommend picking it up. You can still buy it on the Xbox One or Series store, either way. It's the one right next to it. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing. This is one you really need to look into. If you do not have this one, this is one to get. Out of all the games I showed you so far, the two you should really look into is Sonic and All-Stars Racing and wrong game. Sonic and Sega's All-Star Racing. This is one you should look into. And you should also look into the Test Drive Unlimited 2. Those are two games I recommend buying before anything happens to them. Test Drive Unlimited 2, I got a feeling will disappear very, very shortly. I'm surprised it's still in there. Sonic and Sega's All-Star Racing, hard to say because there's no licensed cars or anything in the game. So that might stick around a little bit longer. But those two games are two to get. And yes, if you do not have Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, I do recommend getting it. It is well worth the money. Alright, so if you have played Sonic's All-Star Racing Transformed, this game will look very familiar to you. Even if you play stuff like Mario Kart, this will be very familiar, but this is with Sega characters. And it's basically a racing game. Straight up forward, it's a racing game. It features the Sega characters. It is a lot of fun. And it's definitely well worth getting. As I said, you can buy it, you know, off the digital store if you want that way, or you can get the CD version. I have the CD version of the game. And I really do like playing this one. It is a lot of fun. And yeah, this is just a game that if you just want to kick back, relax, have some fun, this is one to do it with. Alright, so let's get back to the ending of this video, because this was the last one in the list. Alright everybody, welcome back from the Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing. Like I said, this one and Test Drive Unlimited 2 are two games I think you should look at getting. If you're going to do just one of the two, do Test Drive Unlimited 2. If you go to the store and you see it is still there, pick it up before it gets delisted, because I'm surprised that one has not been delisted yet. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing, that one should stay up here for a bit yet, but it's another one to pick up before the store closes. And truthfully, if you don't have Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, that's another one to get. I think it's a tad bit better than the Sonic and All-Star Racing, but both of these are really great games. All right, I got one bonus game for you. And today's bonus game is Sonic the Hedgehog. It doesn't say it's backward compatible. It should be, because we should be able to play this game everywhere. If you really want to see how bad the game is, go grab this one, because for $4.99, it's not really going to kill your wallet. It might kill your brain cells, but it won't kill your wallet. All right, everybody, that is where we're going to leave this. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.